Hello, my name is Kyle Paulson. I'm out here at Perris, California. Again, I would ask that before you watch any of my instructional videos that you watch my introduction video. Today I'm going to talk about how to mount a turnaround properly to avoid as many line compromises as possible. So, number one, how low, how deep do you put your turnaround in the ground? Well, I would say probably the most important factor, the place that line get compromised the most, is because pulleys / the line is off the ground. When it's, I can't get this to stay up, but let's pretend it was up. Okay, up off the ground like that. Now, when someone else or yourself is pulling a chute in, and the chute's coming in real fast and hot, and it touches the other line, all it has to do is barely touch it. That will compromise your line. You will break that line. It's happened to me a million times. It's cost me probably thousands of dollars. Embarrassing enough to say. So what I figured out, took me a long time, no one ever taught me this. How low do you mount your turnaround pulley? That low. So the line is on the ground. Now when a chute comes flying across, it is going to be really hard to touch and compromise that line. That's rule number one. Number two, what angle do we make the turnaround post? 10 degrees. So not at 90 to the ground, but really I think that would be an 80-degree angle. And so 10 degrees pointed towards the turnaround. If it's pointed too much towards the turnaround, almost any tension at all, just walking the line back can leave the pulley sitting off the ground. And then again, when someone launches, you have a real likelihood to compromise the line. If your line is a little too short back at the winch, which sometimes I cut it too short and Glauco gets really mad at me. And if we do that, it's likely to just pull the pulley up to the top, and now we are in a vulnerable place with the line. There's a lot of things. Even if you have too much of an angle back towards the winch, your pulley will just never slide down. Gravity won't let it slide down because the friction is too much on the angle there, and it won't get back to the ground, which is what we want. We want that line flat. We're going to talk about that more later. And then another real common area of compromise is people using cables instead of rope. Cables, your chute comes flying across. This happens all the time, Comes flying across and hits the rope. You can see the little cuts. See all the little cuts there? That is all those little cuts and compromises. You can look, every single one of my pulley ropes have cuts and compromises. And so I'd rather it be cutting my rope and replacing that once in a while, because it cost me $3, than to be cutting my line, which is $20 a roll, as we all know. And last, just a really safety thing, make sure you mount with really good nails. If you have to use 2 or 3, do it. You can use one nail. One nail works if you're doing multiple. And also don't make your lines, your ropes, too much of an angle. This is about a good angle. I don't know what angle that is, but too much is not as strong, and it's not going to hold your turnaround as safe, and you're more likely to launch a turnaround, which is obviously very dangerous. So I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for today on this. Thank you very much. Hope this helps.